and the town grew up around the manor. And the Lord Dunraven, the Dunraven family, built houses or cottages for their workers, and they're thatched cottages, and they're very pretty, and they'll be coming up on your right hand side now. Unfortunately, fortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, they were all sold off when the estate was sold some years ago, and now they've been turned into commercial properties. No, they turned into commercial properties. We have tea houses and coffee shops and boutiques and souvenir shops and that kind of thing. So you'll see them coming up now. But when the workers lived in it, they didn't have to pay any rent. They were built just for the workers, and they went from family to son and down to the families that way. This is the Trinitarian Catholic Church on your left hand side. Now this is what they talk about, the prettiest village in Ireland. It has been marred a little bit, I think, by the commercial signs outside. But look at the thatched roofs. Do you agree that that's pretty? 1826. Now see the gates coming up here on the right hand side. That was the main entrance into Adair Manor, but they never use that anymore. The Dunraven Arms, where the hunt starts off from there in November. But behind the wall here, all of this is is Adair Manor. And you'll see the gateway coming up on your right hand side. This is a new gateway because this estate was bought by a man called Thomas Kane from Florida, and he bought it, and he turned the Adair Manor into a beautiful 5-star hotel, and he opened a golf course here. Now we're going to cross over the river Meg, and as we cross over the river, look up to your right and you'll see the remains of an old castle. There you are, 1202, and look further up and you'll see the remains of a Franciscan abbey, 15th century, destroyed at the time of the Reformation. Now this castle here was built by it's called a Desmond Castle. The Desmond means the Fitzgeralds, and the Fitzgeralds here were the maternal ancestors of John Fitzgerald Kennedy. So there's the golf club in there. That's reasonably new. It's there a few years. But Mr. Thomas Kane, that's all I know about him. A very wealthy man from Florida. He invested, got the golf course up and going, turned the house into a 5-star hotel, and built some little cottages that people like to rent out in the grounds of Adair Manor. Now, the reason that Lord and Lady Dunraven sold was the upkeep on such a property was astronomical, and they just couldn't keep paying out all the money and the taxes, so that's why they had to sell. It must have been heartbreaking for them to give up that beautiful manor house in there. And they moved to a house about 10 miles away from here, and nothing like what they left behind. And this gateway here is known as the Lantern Gateway because of the different shape. But that's not used anymore. It hasn't been used for a long time. So Adair Manor, Lord and Lady Dunraven. Now Mr. Thomas Kane has this is up for sale. The property here, the estate, the golf club, the whole thing is up for sale. And the highest offer at the moment is 30 million.